Hola, ¿qué tal, gente? Soy Caladan y estamos aquí con un nuevo juego de Shadow of the Vatican, una aventura gráfica que, a ver, por lo que he visto así por encima, está en inglés, subtitulado al español. Los subtítulos parece que están, se leen perfectamente, ¿no? Pero que algunas cosas notas que están en latino, ¿vale? Como en vez de coche dice auto y en vez de cuántos títulos, cuántos grados. Realmente nada fuera de lo normal. Es decir, se puede leer perfectamente y se puede ver perfectamente todo. De todas formas, si queréis leer lo que pone de cada esto, es tan simple como pausar el vídeo en YouTube, lo leéis tranquilamente, porque si no, si me tengo que esperar que un tiempo para leerlo y tal, se puede hacer la aventura, supongo que bastante larga. Y tampoco quiero que se estire mucha aventura ni sea muchos vídeos. A ver, lo único que he jugado es el tutorial.
I think I know who he is.
Vale, que es...
Hello?
James. Or maybe I should call you Doctor?
Only when I'm on duty, Cristoforo. Not when I'm on holiday.
I still can't imagine you in a white coat. The black suited you well.
You've never understood a thing about style.
I always said you should have been a model.
Listen, I'd like to thank you for all you did. And that friend of yours, the barman, he was really kind. He was able to organize everything without a problem.
I believe it. Mario's more connected than anyone else in the neighborhood, and has more relatives as well.
When I decided to come back to Italy, I never could have imagined I would receive such support.
It's the least I could do. After all, you came early because of me.
It's just as well. If I hadn't received your invitation, I would have probably postponed my holiday once again, as I've been doing for years.
You haven't changed. Always the first in the class.
So, tell me everything. What did you want to show me? You've been so mysterious. Can we meet next week?
I'd like to see you sooner. How about now?
Okay.
Let's meet at Mario's bar, outside your house.
Of course. But can you tell me what this is about?
Africa, James.
What?
I'll be at the bar in half an hour.
I'll be there.
A ver, no me acuerdo lo que iba a decir, pero bueno.
Come in.
Otra conversación. Así que, a callarse.
Hello, Mario.
Hey, Doc, did you sleep well?
I slept like a log. The flat is perfect. Thank you.
Don't mention it. This place belonged to my brother-in-law. I had to evict him.
What? Are you kidding?
Of course. He's a traveler, you know, for work. One day he's here, the next day he's there. My office is the world, he says. And so this place is empty for months. Unfortunately, the TV doesn't work, so I'll have to repair it before we can use it. So no derby, Doc. But if you want, you can watch the match with us at the bar. Even if you don't seem that big a fan.
It's great. Thank you.
I repaired my brother-in-law's car. You can use it if you want. It's downstairs.
I really don't know how to thank you, Mario.
Don't worry about it. As I always say, friends of my priest friends are my friends as well.
Vale, pues vamos a hablarlo
Why do you
todo.
keep calling me Doc? There's no need to be formal. Call me James, please.
But I act this way with all the people, like you.
Which is...
Those who have more brain cells than I do. Of course, that's not such a difficult task.
I think you overestimate me, Mario.
Modest, wise, and above all, Very clever. I wonder how many degrees you have.
Well, cleverness can't be measured by the number of degrees.
See? What did I tell you, Doc? This is wisdom.
Don't worry about the TV. It's okay this way. But you're wrong about me. I'm a great White Sox fan.
Never heard of them. Do they play in third division?
It's a baseball team.
Baseball? That's a sport I've never understood. All those lines and rules. And why do they have to wear that big glove on just one hand?
It's not so complicated. Basically, the pitcher has to throw the ball from a distance of about 20 meters. The batter has to hit it back as far as he can.
Oh, I see. Just like a penalty kick.
Sort of.
But without a foul in the penalty area.
In baseball, you usually try to avoid contact. The goal is to beat up the ball, not each other.
Ah, wimpy stuff. No offense, Doc.
No problem. But it's not always that way. In the hands of a true American, a baseball bat is also the best weapon against apartment thieves.
Maybe it's good against American thieves.
What do you mean?
If you stay here long enough, you'll discover that for yourself. Welcome to Italy, Doc.
Vale.
Did Father Cristoforo tell you I might need a car?
Actually, it was my idea. A holiday without a car is not a real holiday. And then, you know, we're in Rome. We have a tradition to defend. We don't have the kind of culture that, how do I say?
Are you referring to public transportation?
You have the gift of humor, Doc. Just like your friend. Very nice guy. That Father Cristoforo. He looks just like you, too. It's just that he's much more fatherly than you are.
Is it so obvious? I haven't been around the ecclesiastical community for a while.
Really? How long?
11 years.
And it wasn't an easy decision, was it?
What makes you say that?
Because you answered me instantly, without thinking. But your answer was very accurate. Hey, I wouldn't be a good barman if I didn't understand people. Oh, I almost forgot. Here you are. The car keys.
Mario, forgive me, but you seem hurt.
You're right, Doc. I so miss working on cars. Once I did it regularly, but now...
No, I mean literally. Your arm is bleeding.
Oh, this little cut is from a spark plug that didn't want to come out. Don't worry. As soon as I get back to the bar, I'll spill some 1998 Barolo wine on it, and it will be okay.
Oh, no, you need a few stitches. Let me do it, please.
Do you know a less painful way?
This way is less painful and much cheaper. I'll get the emergency kit.
Bueno, pues vamos a caminar por el baño, que nos dice el letrero. Ya que en conversaciones, a ver, cosas que quería decir.
This emergency kit will be useful.
A ver, hay que estar pendiente de las cosas que salen. Siempre gastarlo todo con todo. Suele ser bastante interesante. ¿Vale? Ahora nos dicen que hagamos segundo clic y coger a lo que le interesa.
I've opened it. There's everything you need for emergency dressing.
La verdad es que esto realmente es un tutorial. La primera vez que creo que veo un tutorial en una aventura gráfica, pero bueno. Ahora ya nos da todas las cosillas. Vamos a registrar. Mira, kit de
A
costura.
common
Si
needle
salen
and
por
thread
algo.
will come in handy.
Las cosas que salen suelen ser por algo siempre. Eso tenerlo siempre en cuenta si no habéis jugado ninguna aventura gráfica.
There's also a silicone.
Y pasa el ratón por la habitación. Si no os deja coger las cosas en ese momento, pistola de silicona, ¿para qué la querré? Si no os deja cogerlas en ese momento, como os digo, por ejemplo aquí la ducha,
Already done. This shower is certain.
que nos dice que sí es muy bonita,
Wow.
igual que la radio,
I've seen a relic.
¿vale?
I'm okay.
Es decir, lo que nos deje usar ahora, tarde o temprano, nos va a dejar usarlo. No nos deja salir, es que se nos olvida algo, ¿vale?
This
Vamos a
bottle seems
mezclarlo.
almost empty. I'll take the cotton and pour on the remaining peroxide.
Hay una cosa que me llama mucho la atención de este juego. Y es que está todo el 3D de las habitaciones y todo muy de puta madre, hecho muy bien, muy chulo, ¿vale? Pero sin embargo los personajes, bueno, en las conversaciones, ¿sabes? Los dibujitos y tal, está guay. Pero los personajes, entre comillas,
I'll use just one piece of cotton.
dejan, yo qué sé, el gráfico deja
I'm
mucho
warning
que
you,
desear.
Mario. This could sting a little.
Go ahead. It can't be worse than the Velletri Bianco I poured on the wound 2 months ago.
Done.
You sure know?
Vale. Vamos, como os he dicho, ya juego al tutorial,
I'll turn it on.
por lo cual vamos rápido con esto y vamos a la aventura.
Okay, I can sterilize the needle this way.
A ver, yo voy directo, pero si intentáis enhebrar la aguja
I better
antes
turn
de
off the stove
esterilizarla, os va a decir eso, que no, que hay que esterilizarla antes. Ahora que ya está,
Yes, now that I
nos
finally
dejará.
sterilized the needle, I can insert the thread.
Vale.
I must confess, Doc, I've got a problem with needles.
I'll be very
La
delicate.
quejicoso.
Trust me.
Well... Ouch! Hey, you were right. I didn't feel a thing.
Hold on. We're almost done, Mario.
Y obviamente falta un vendaje. Por eso tenemos las casas.
Voila. Done.
Amazing! I don't even feel pain anymore.
It was just a small wound.
Modesty is a gift of you priests, isn't it?
Ex-priests. Yeah,
Buen comentario.
Cristoforo. I'm going to meet him in a few minutes. Just outside the bar.
My bar? I've wasted too much of your time. Let me lead the way then.
Thanks.
Y bueno, ya hemos pasado el tutorial. Ahora vamos a ver lo que es el juego. La imagen de la televisión son de partido de verdad.
This morning, I received an excellent bottle of grappa from the wine cellar
Mira,
of my
Marlonga.
Apulian parents-in-law. It was for the bar, but I was thinking of drinking it myself. But after everything you did, it's all yours.
Oh, no. You fixed the car and I fixed you. That seems fair to me. Besides, I try to keep away from alcohol.
What is this I'm hearing? Let me guess. You haven't read a single newspaper since you arrived here, have you?
Actually, no. I've had no time to do that.
I thought so. I suggest you keep this bottle very close for when you read the political pages.
I suppose you don't accept no as an answer.
I'm the owner of a bar. People usually beg me for a bottle.
Thank you very much, Mario.
Now I have to go back to work. Best regards to your friend.
Of course.
Good Lord, I'd really like to have your accent, Doc.
A ver, vamos a mirar todo el por aquí.
I try to keep away from...
Vale.
I've got nothing to add. Better leave it where it is. He seems to be quite an important person.
He's Mario Punzo, my Neapolitan cousin. He taught me to put everything I have into the job. I wouldn't be here without him. But we haven't met for months.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't want to watch TV now.
No quiero ver la televisión. Chupachus, no podemos robar chupachus. Lástima.
Yes?
James, where are you?
I'm in front of the bar, just like you told me.
Forgive me, I don't think I can come.
Oh, well, don't worry, we can postpone it until...
You can still meet me now. I'm at the Santa Brigita's house in Piazza Farnese. Do you remember how to get there?
Yes, I think so.
I can trust you, can't I?
Of course, but is everything okay?
Sorry, I can't explain now. Try to come as fast as you can.
Okay, but just tell me...
Hurry up, James.
He seemed terrified
Bueno,
to me.
supongo que como andar allá de un coche.
I've never heard him that way. I'd better hurry up.
Bueno. Coche de James. Un Forca rojo.
It's locked. It's locked. It's the car Mario left me.
Macho. Sí, pues está cerrado. Ábrelo. Vale.
No, Cristoforo! Still alive. Call an ambulance. I said call an ambulance! Quick!
The patient is ready to be taken to the hospital. Are you coming with us, sir?
Parece que la voz de los vídeos está un poco bajita.
James, you were right. I was afraid of this. He...
Cristoforo was scared to death, and he didn't seem to trust anyone. Maybe I should have a look at what he left before someone else can get their hands on it. No, I know the contents very well. Besides, it doesn't seem like a useful clue to me. It seems like a collection of songs. I don't think it will be helpful. It's a leather strap. It seems to be torn from a bag. It's a notepad.
Hey, you! What are you doing? Shouldn't we wait? I don't know. I mean, you can't take that stuff. Or maybe you can.
I'm only trying to understand what's happened to my friend.
He fell down the stairs.
Was he alone?
Yes, apart from me. I was in the other room and... Wait a moment. You are not accusing me, are you?
Absolutely not. But the police could ask you...
What? The police? Oh, no. No. Please, if you're Father Cristoforo's friend, take all you want, but please, don't get me in trouble.
Don't worry. Thank you. It's a good thing she's leaving me alone. I need to discover as much as possible without interference.
Mm.
I'll let the authorities deal with it. I found Cristoforo here, with his face on the floor. He was very frightened on the phone. It seems he fell down the stairs. I'm not a detective, but it can't be a coincidence. Cristoforo was pushed.
Vale, vamos a ver.
3795.
Vale. Algo será eso.
I don't have time to read right now. I don't have time. I didn't rent a room. I have no reason to. I haven't got time now. Why should I? I don't live here. They keep the room keys in there. There's nothing I need there. I don't think the sister would be happy if I stole such an artistic work. Better leave it here. A calendar with an advertisement for this place. The celebration of a saint corresponds to each day. I'd better go to the hospital to see how Cristoforo is doing.
El calendario mosquea porque que haya sido tan explícito, en vez de decir como el otro, no creo que le gustara a la hermana que lo robara.
Cardinal Brenda. He probably knows about his collaborator's accident. He's certainly not a man who sheds tears.
Bueno, si queréis leerlo, ay, vamos a ver qué nos cuenta la monja. Porque en la habitación no creo que tengamos mucho que hacer. Si vamos 2 veces vamos rápido y así ahorramos tiempo.
Oh, here you are again. Have you got news about your friend?
Not good, unfortunately. The fall has caused internal bleeding, and now he's in a coma.
Oh dear. Will he recover?
Nobody knows.
Oh, Saint Brigida, please protect our unlucky brother.
Hello, sister.
God bless you for your help. I don't know what I would have done without you.
I wish I could have done more.
Just my luck. It had to be today when I'm all alone. Can you promise not to tell anyone about this?
Don't worry. I'm neither a journalist nor a big mouth.
So what are you? Wait a minute. If it wasn't for the way you're dressed and your accent, I'd say you're one of us.
I left the priesthood many years ago. Now I'm a doctor.
Oh, that's why. A doctor. In fact, it seemed to me before, with your friend on the floor, you were at ease.
I'm much more at ease when my friends stand on their feet, actually.
Oh, sorry. I said a stupid thing, didn't I?
Never mind. We're all a bit shocked. I haven't seen anyone else around. Why are you all alone?
Oh my God, why did this have to happen today? Of all days. They trusted me to stay here alone for a few days. What a terrible coincidence!
Where did they go?
Well, here and there, but most of them went on a pilgrimage to Medjugorje with the Mother Superior. I would have loved to go with them, but I have this problem with airplanes. And I think there must be a reason God created us without wings. Have you ever been to Medjugorje?
Once. When I was younger.
And what did you see?
Not much.
Oh, I understand. You're the type of cynical man who always says, non constante. Oh, what is the expression? Supernatural, isn't it?
De supernaturalitate. I try to analyze miracles and apparitions cum grano salis. It's just caution, that's all.
It seems to me your studies have taken you far from the right road. You had a crisis of faith, didn't you?
I've dealt with so many crises in my life I can fill a long list. But faith is not on that list. You rent rooms in this convent, right?
Yes, of course. Do you need one?
No, thank you. I've already found a place to stay.
The Brigadine nuns can offer you such a relaxing stay. We even have a big library upstairs. It was not by chance that your friend chose this place. Hey, now that I think about it, you can keep him company. Sorry, sometimes I talk too much. They call me Sister Big Mouth. It's the nickname the Mother Superior gave me.
Don't you worry, Sister...
Sister Candida. It's just that I'm not used to having complicated assignments, like this one, for example.
What do you usually deal with?
I help in the lunch hall. Oh my god, I hope I'm not thrown out after what happened today. Listen, young man, this is a decent place. And if someone knew I wasn't careful enough, well, I haven't done anything wrong, right? It was just an accident. Please don't spread the news around.
I won't, sister. I am a discreet person, and I know it wasn't your fault. The concern this woman shows for Cristoforo's health really touches my heart, but it's better this way. I don't want other people to be involved in this situation, at least until I understand what the hell is going on here. I ran here as soon as I heard you screaming. How long had Cristoforo been in that condition?
Oh, no more than 5 minutes. I went away just for a second. God moves in mysterious ways.
Or maybe someone was waiting for her to leave.
I'm so sorry you couldn't even say hello to him. You're not from here, right? Your accent...
You're right. Cristoforo and I met a long time ago, after seminary. We worked together at the Vatican for a few years. But I'm from Chicago, and I went back there a few years ago to work as a doctor.
Oh, America. Is it true you keep a Bible in every hotel?
Yes, mostly.
Are there so many Catholic hotels?
Actually, the evangelicals hand out Bibles for the hotels.
Evangelicals? Ah, I don't really like their intrusive methods.
Well...
Don't you agree?
partially. But some consider it more intrusive to bind people to religious faith from birth through the sacraments.
Have you got something against the Catholic Church, young man?
It's a long story. And very complicated. How long did Cristoforo stay here?
Not long, I'd say. 5 or 6 days. Actually, it was rare to see him around here.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, your friend was a very private person. He wasn't how do I say this, a sociable kind of man.
That doesn't seem like Cristoforo's typical behavior at all. Do you mean he avoided any contact?
Let's just say it was unusual to see him around. As far as I know, he went to his room only once, and he gave back his keys and never went back inside again.
Didn't he come back at night?
Sometimes we saw him coming back, but he spent all night in the library upstairs without entering his room. In fact, his key has always been on the key rack. 2 days ago, I found him sleeping among the books. I offered him coffee, but he refused and left in a hurry.
Did he seem nervous for some reason?
Oh my God, why should he be nervous?
Just curiosity. We've been away from each other for such a long time.
Oh, I wouldn't say he was nervous. He was certainly very busy, always with his head in the clouds and tired. Distracted, yeah. I bet that's the reason he fell down the stairs.
That is definitely not Cristoforo's style. Did you see anyone entering before me a few hours ago by any chance?
I've been alone the whole time. As I was saying, Father Cristoforo wasn't here very often, so I wasn't even sure he was here before the accident.
Thanks for everything, sister.
Please, come back whenever you want.
Why should I? I don't live here. Which one is the key to Cristoforo's room?
It's in that bunch of keys at the top right.
And what do the other keys open?
Nothing that belongs to this place, that's for sure. They've been added by your friend.
Can I take Cristoforo's keys?
Why do you want them?
I'm collecting my friend's personal belongings.
I'm sorry, young man. I know your intentions are good, but every infraction has a price here. After all that's happened today, I don't think they'll just send me back to the lunch hall. This time they'll send me away completely.
I see. Thanks anyway. In God's name. I know this book very well. It's a long essay written by David Yallop, an English writer who investigated the death of Pope Giovanni I. Among other things, the book concentrates on some shady business dealings involving the IOR, the Vatican Bank, plus the relationships between members of the Holy See and the Freemasons, various banks, and Roman organized crime in the 70s and 80s. A sad page in church history. But why did Cristoforo take a copy of the book with him? take them all. I think I should know more about them. Their position in the book could not be accidental, so I'll also remember the pages.
Santos. Calendario santoral.
Yes, I'll search for the days when the bookmarked saints are celebrated. Done. These are the 5 bookmarks I found in Cristoforo's book. I checked the dates the saints are celebrated. Saint Alexis Falconieri, celebrated on February 17th. Saint James the Apostle, celebrated on May 3rd. Saint Joseph, celebrated on March 19th. Saint John of Nepomuc, celebrated on January 5th. Saint Stanislaus of Szczepino, celebrated on April 11th. These are the 5 bookmarked: Saint Joseph, Saint Stanislaus. I should have the information I need. I'll put the bookmarks back in place.
El libro tiene algo más. A ver.
It would be better if the bookmarks stay where they are now. I'm pretty sure Cristoforo wanted to tell me something. Saint Alexis Falconieri, celebrated on the 17th of February. No, I don't think that.
Uy.
No, I don't think that's the right. Yes, the holy picture shows this word. Saint James the Apostle,
Tres de
celebrated
mayo.
on May 3rd. No, I don't think. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. This should be the word indicated. Saint James the Apostle, celebrated on May 3rd. Saint Joseph, celebrated on March 19th. Saint Joseph.
19.
No, I don't think this should be the right word.
Ya del, pero bueno.
Saint John of Nepomuc.
5 de enero. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, it should be this one. Saint Stanislaus of Szczepino, celebrated on April 11th. Saint Stanislaus of Szczepino.
Palabra 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 y 11.
I think this is the right word.
Vale. La línea está
The words I
la palabra
circled
es
form the
mes.
name of a bank.
¿Cuánto es el número de
Cooperative
mes?
Credit Bank of
Luego la palabra.
Ostia. Maybe this is a clue or some kind of note from Cristoforo, but it's my only lead.
Banco de la hostia. Que nos van a dar. El nuevo de ubicación. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Sale fuera del mundo porque está fuera de Roma?
Cooperative Credit Bank of Ostia. It's not appropriate to bother him. She's a young employee. Right now, to be honest, transparency and trust. A bank for everyone. To be honest, I don't trust it that much.
Ay no, coño, ¿por qué me salgo?
I'm not interested in these. Fund proposals, financial investigations. I'm not used to stealing. It seems like a collection of prayers. Hello.
Oh, hello. God listens to my prayers.
What?
Well, as soon as I saw you coming in, I prayed that you'd come over and talk to me.
Really? Why?
You know, a handsome guy like you arriving right here?
Well, yeah. Actually, I'm here because,
You are really broad-shouldered. Do you work out at a gym?
well, sometimes I swim a couple of lengths.
And your accent is very unusual. You're not from here, right?
No, I'm American.
Ah, American.
Uy,
Yes,
que me quieren cambiar la
finally
boleta.
I found a handsome and rich man. Come on, don't be upset, young man. I think you misunderstood me. Do you see the girl behind the front desk? She's my daughter. I hope you understand. It's just that I'd really like to be a grandmother. She's over 30 now. So,
I think that everything I say can and will be used against me.
by the way, Paula, hurry up. There is a nice guy waiting here.
I'm going as fast as I can, Mom.
Youth of today, they do not realize they should not miss the boat.
So, the employee is your daughter?
Oh, it's so nice of you to show how much you care. Don't you think so, honey? Isn't he sweet?
Mom, please, I'm working.
Ha! I can't believe it.
How long has she been working here?
Oh, not long. She took the place of my poor husband. You can ask her for any information. She's really good at her job. I mean, she doesn't do anything else, you see. That includes her non-existent social life.
Well, I suppose everyone has their own priorities.
But she's wasting the best years of her life, right? At that age, I wasn't like her at all. When I was her age, Antonio and my husband and I, used to take the car and go to that dark street where all couples go. And then, how many backseats were ruined in those days?
Mom!
Oh, come on. He's a young man, right? Tell me who didn't do these things as a young person. And you should do them too, my dear. By the way, young man, did you come here by car?
No, not at all. I always use public transport. I'm sorry about your husband.
Thank you. He was a good man. When he kept away from Pepperanata, I mean.
You said that he worked here?
Yes, my Antonio was employed by this bank. They accepted his early retirement application so our daughter could take his place.
Was he sick?
No, I would say he was only very, very tired. He was the only one working in the family, you know. At the beginning, it wasn't easy at all. When he retired, he was under a lot of pressure at work. And I think he also lost interest in what he did. You know what I mean?
Why's that?
I've never understood the reason, but I'm pretty sure it was not the most exciting job in the world.
I'm sorry, we haven't introduced ourselves yet. My name is James.
Oh, what a nice name. Very American. I am Ana Marana. You know, I took my husband's
Una rama
side.
si es marrano.
I haven't used my maiden name since I got married. After all, I think it's right, don't you? A woman honors her husband's name, while his duty is to work, to maintain and protect his family.
I have the feeling she's trying to tell me something.
Please, Mom, don't torture people.
Oh, why don't you hush up, baby? Your role in this world is to marry and procreate. This is the destiny of all women. This is the ordained scheme of things.
Got it. I've entered a space-time rip, and this is the Middle Ages.
I know what you're thinking, James. Maybe I seem like an old-fashioned woman, but you see, after what happened to my Antonio, we have been alone. And so I have nothing left to do but take care of Paula. This is why I always come here to bring her lunch. If I don't take care of that, I mean, don't you think she is fair? And how can she find a man if she doesn't put on some weight in the right places?
Please, Mom, I can take care of myself.
You need me, dear. Believe me. And you also need the direct help of the Almighty.
Really?
Of course. I'm usually here during the day and say some prayers I found in this book. I ask God to send my baby a good-looking man that will break the monotony of her boring life. And you know what? God really exists.
Wow. I must say, this is, well, a strange reason to have such confidence.
Obviously, you underestimate yourself, young man.
I have to go. See you later.
Hope to see you soon, young man.
Hello. Here we are.
Please forgive me if I made you wait.
Wonderful! James and Paula are becoming friends.
And forgive my mother.
Oh, I think your mother is amazing.
You should never encourage her.
You must accept the situation, my dear. Everybody likes me.
You've been very tolerant. Thank you so much.
Well, so what's all this formality? Why don't you call each other by your first names?
I would be very pleased to do that.
As I said before, you're very tolerant, James. So, are you here to open a bank account?
Actually, I'm here on the advice of a friend, so I would only like to ask you some information.
Go on.
No offense, but I didn't even know this bank existed.
That's quite normal. The Cooperative Credit Bank of Austria is a low-profile institute, and it has no other branch apart from this one.
I see.
This is something we consider an advantage, as we're really a family bank. Even the staff is just like family. Often children take the place of their parents. Look at me.
So you're completely autonomous?
Generally, yes. Sometimes we receive help, but just in specific situations.
What kind of situations?
Funds for works of charity, for example.
So, you're carrying on your father's work?
Exactly.
And how do you like it?
Not bad. I can't complain. Although I need permission just to go to the restroom, and it's all so boring.
I can understand that.
Listen, my mother likes you, so I'll be honest with you. This job was nothing more than a replacement opportunity.
What do you mean?
My father asked for early retirement for health reasons. At that time, I was unemployed, and so...
But you stayed here.
Yeah, he wasn't happy at all that I took his place. But his pension wasn't enough, and we needed someone in the family to work. I stayed only because I couldn't find anything else. You know, a crisis.
Why did your father not want you to work here?
I don't know. In his last days, he seemed to develop a sort of intolerance towards this place. But probably he only wanted the best for me, like all parents do, I suppose.
Antonio Morano wanted to keep his daughter far from this bank for some reason. I don't think Paula knows the real reason.
Dear Dad, if he knew I was still here...
Don't worry. I'm sure you're doing your very best to make him proud.
Oh, James, you're so sweet.
Mom, we're trying to talk. Would you mind?
It's not my fault that you speak so loud.
You mentioned this bank receives funds for works of charity.
Yes, we receive support for that kind of financing.
From who?
From the Istituto per le Opere di Religione, the Vatican Bank, as many call it.
Is this place connected to the IOR?
No, not exactly, but sometimes it supports our institute for this kind of business. We've got a little office that takes care of this.
I see.
I understand that for a little bank like this one, the IOR may seem like a very big deal.
I read about the IOR in the book Cristoforo left down at the guest house, so Cristoforo was investigating here. This must be the right lead. The problem is that without his help, this lead could have already reached the end of the line. Thanks for helping me.
My pleasure, James.
Three, 7, 9, 5. No, I think I need an appointment. No, I think I need an appointment. I've got nothing else to ask her. Mrs. Morano.
Oh, James, I beg your pardon.
For what?
Well, you see, just by chance, I overheard your conversation with my good ear,
By chance?
and a small detail came to mind. Recently, a man came to my house asking the same questions as yours. You know, about my husband, his job, and the bank? A tall man, very kind, and wearing a black suit. Not so different from you, James.
Cristoforo.
It's just that, well, how to explain? He didn't have your charm, my dear.
What did you talk about?
Well, of course, I immediately asked him if he was married. You know, for my daughter. But guess what? He said he was a priest. What bad luck. Hey, wait a minute. You aren't a...
No, I'm not a priest. I'm starting to consider writing it on my shirt.
Oh well, it's not so important. You're American, right? And priests can get married in America.
Not every priest. Marriage is permitted only to Anglican priests, for example.
Anglo what? Oh, I don't understand all these religions at all. Such as the one with that bat guy, always seated.
Anglican religion is just a form of Christianity, just like Catholicism.
Oh, really? I don't know. Never heard of it.
And Buddha is not a god. But I think it's better to get out of this vortex. Mrs. Morano.
Oh yes, sorry. So this fellow was particularly interested in an old book of my Antonio's. I don't know what was written in it. It was too boring for me to read. But near the end, I saw my husband writing a lot of things in it. Things about work, I suppose.
Is it possible to see it?
I haven't got it anymore. You see, the priest insisted that I lend him the book for a few days. I didn't feel like giving him something that belonged to my dear Antonio, but he practically begged me, and he offered me something in exchange.
What was that?
That book of prayers you see on the table over there.
So that is Cristoforo's book.
I couldn't refuse the exchange, you understand. It would have been just like, I don't know, refusing a gift sent directly by the Lord. And believe me, it's better if he's not angry with me, especially at this time. Moreover, the priest told me the book was very, very important to him.
Did he explain why?
Yes, and that's the strangest thing. You see, he said the Book of Prayers was given to him by one of his American friends, a priest called James.
I'm pretty sure I never gave that book to Cristoforo.
What a fool that I didn't understand before. You are American, right? And your name is James. So it's either an incredible coincidence or...
I know that man.
Exactly.
Mrs. Morano, it's very important for me to have a look at that book of prayers.
Well,
Is there any problem?
listen, James. You're a nice guy, and I'm sure you're perfect for my daughter.
Thank you. I think.
But I'm very protective of my personal things, especially those that allow me to ask favors of God.
Is she talking about prayers?
But even apart from that, don't you think it's strange that you'd like to take back a gift you gave to a friend?
Yeah. It's just... It's a long story that Cristoforo has invented. And I need to understand why.
I have no proof that you're the same James, the one the priest talked about. Do you understand me?
But I told you I know him. We're old friends. His name is Cristoforo.
I don't remember his name. Anyway, it could be a coincidence. I believe in coincidences, you know. Like the fact that the name of my neighbor's daughter is Anna, just like me. Isn't it incredible?
It's a small world.
The James he was talking about was a priest, like him. But you told me before you're not a priest.
As a matter of fact, I was a priest.
Okay then. Call him, so I can be sure you're friends.
I can't. Cristoforo had an accident. Now he's in the hospital.
Oh, that kind man. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope his condition is not serious. Well, let's do it this way. Convince me you were a priest. I am sure you have something that can prove it, right?
I can't think of any reason to show her this object. Here's my Bible. How many people do you know with a Bible in their pocket? And how many people do I know with a book of prayers in their pocket?
Joder, ¿y eso le cabe en el pantalón?
Please, Anna. I really need that book.
Alright then. But don't take it away with you, okay? And when you're finished, please remember, you owe me a favor.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Vamos a ver, ¿qué tiene?
Now that I have permission. It's signed James, but it's in Cristoforo's handwriting. What did he want to tell me? I should write it down in the notepad. Three. I can't leave with Mrs. Morano's book. No. I still have to find out why Cristoforo wrote my name in this book. I've already written this inscription down in my notepad. I can't do this with my bare hands. I can't do this with my bare hands. I can't do this with my bare hands. I've already written this inscription.
No, no, no. Joder. Rodillas de pano. Juegos de María ediciones.
It seems there's a coin, or something like a small medal. It's a small medal with the picture of a saint. There's a Latin inscription on the back. Here's your book.
Oh, thank you, James.
Well, time to go then. Thanks again for your help.
Wait a minute, young man. You owe me a favor, don't you remember?
Yeah. Right. Sorry. What's it about? I'm guessing either wedding bells or sugared almonds.
You must promise a date to my daughter.
No kidding. Well...
Come on, I helped you. Have you forgotten?
yeah... Okay.
Don't say anything.
I heard you, dear.
Miss Morano,
Paula.
I think that we'll see each other again.
It's a start. Thank you so much, young man. Bye-bye.
I've got nothing else to add.
A ver, tenemos una medalla.
The picture on the small medal represents Pope Leone I. There's an inscription on its back. Ecclesiam Sancti Leonis de Leprignano. Cristoforo wanted me to recover this if something happened to him. Maybe I should investigate more. I'll write down the Latin sentence in my notepad.
Vamos, 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 vamos. Negro. Otra vez el tío tomando café. El tío es aleatorio.
I think I should inform him about the sad news. Listen, Mario.
Oh, I know what happened to him. I couldn't believe it. Were you able to talk to him before he...
Not as I planned.
I'm really sorry for your friend. I feel so powerless when something like this happens.
That's not true. Nobody is powerless if he's willing to help.
We can always pray, right?
Yes, we can pray. And maybe we can try to do other things too.
You know, I'm ready to help any way you want, Doc.
Thank you so much, Mario.
A ver si Mario sabe. No, no.
I wouldn't know who to call.
Vale, parece que Mario no sabe nada. Uy, eso parece España. Vamos a ver.
I've got nothing against symbols, but I've already got my Bible with me.
No tengo mensajes nuevos. Buscador web.
Ecclesiam Sancti Leonis de Leprignano is written on the back of the small medal. Church of San Leone from Leprignano. According to history, Leone I was the only one who managed to stop the advance of the Huns guided by the powerful Attila. He was the first pope to receive the title of the Great, and the Catholic Church worships him as a saint. Leprignano is the ancient name of the village Capena. The name was changed in 1933.
Habitantes. Este dibujo no sé qué es, pero bueno. Pues nada.
The search engine directed me to an old church of Capena dedicated to Saint Leone. That must be the place Cristoforo wanted me to go.
Vamos ahí.
So this is the famous church of Capena. I'll ask the keeper if it's possible to take a visit.
As I said before, this church is our pride.
Thanks a lot for accompanying me. It's really beautiful. How long have you been working as a church keeper here?
Practically always.
Wow. You must really love your job.
I was born and grew up here in Capena. The church has always been one of the greatest attractions for tourists. My family owes so much to St. Leone. We've been the church keepers for 4 generations.
I'm really impressed. I love small villages like Capena for their ability to pass down traditions from generation to generation. Can you remember if a priest about my age with brown hair, Italian, has been here recently?
Let me think.
I hope he has a good memory. It would be of great help right now.
Yes, now that you mention it, I remember that a priest came here no more than a few days ago.
Really? Can you also remember what you talked about? Or what he was interested in?
To tell the truth, he didn't ask many questions. It seemed to me he already knew everything about St. Leone.
So, nothing useful.
Useful? Hardly. I accompanied him here just as I did with you, and when I realized he wasn't going to ask me anything, I left. I figured he preferred to be alone.
Are you sure you didn't notice anything in particular?
No, I told you. Except that he was looking along the lower level of the church while he was praying.
You were really helpful.
If you say so.
I suppose you know everything about St. Leone.
There's no rock or crack in this place. I haven't examined thoroughly. This church was built before the current village. And although it's not possible to establish a date, there are documents with evidence that its construction dates back to the 13th century.
800 years. Wow.
Oh no. We estimate the structure on which the church was built was probably a Roman temple.
Yeah, that usually happened with medieval churches.
The name St. Leone refers to Leone the Great, the 5th century pope who stopped the invasion of Rome carried out by Attila and his Huns.
You are the most knowledgeable keeper I have ever known.
I'm also the guide and the souvenirs clerk. You know, these days, you must have more than one job in order to survive.
More than one job, huh? Thanks for everything. Goodbye.
Enjoy your visit.
It's too heavy to carry around. Nowadays, you can only find these objects in churches.
What are you doing?
Please, I need this drape just for a second.
You think you can violate a sacred temple this way?
I promise I'll put everything back as it was. I had an idea.
You can't imagine the efforts the community of Capena makes to keep this place intact. If every curious tourist started touching everything, our funding problems would be even worse. So please, don't touch that drape.
This is one of those drapes used as decoration. They haven't been used for some time. Yes, both objects represent Pope Leone. Three. I've nothing else to ask him. This is one of those drapes used as decoration.
Please, don't touch.
I don't want to sit or pray. I don't want to... Better if I don't touch them. Windows depicting sacred images. Windows depicting sacred images. Another window. It's too heavy to carry around. Nowadays, you can only... Another window.
¿Qué habrá que hacer aquí?
This small metal is... I don't want to sit or pray. They haven't been used for some time. I wouldn't know who to call. Just a few euros, and I think there are some dollars at the bottom. I don't want to tear it. This is one of those drapes used as decoration.
De la cruz.
That window seems a little different than the others. Another window. That window seems a little different than the others. Another window.
dice como la unión. Uy, estoy viendo chiforra esa.
I don't think the nun would allow me to take it. Why should I offer her a bottle of grappa? I don't think the nun would allow me to take it. Judging by the way the sister's trying to hide it, I bet it's not holy water.
Oh? And what's this? Grappa? Mmm. And it seems to be a vintage year. Why are you showing it to me?
You know, it's been a hard day for everyone, and I see you're a bit stressed.
For God's sake, no, I can't take it. I haven't got permission from the Mother Superior.
I noticed that empty bottle clumsily hidden behind you.
Oh, that one? It's not mine.
Didn't you say you were here all alone?
Oh. Okay, fine. But you must understand that this little sin of mine has cost me too much in the past. You know, this is the reason they sent me to work in the lunchroom. But after what I saw today, the body on the floor, the paramedics...
I can be very discreet. Don't you remember?
You're really an angel, young man. Thank you so much.
No, I have no reason to go. Can I take Cristoforo's keys?
Well, if you don't tell anybody you gave me this amazing anti-stress medication, I won't say why those keys are missing.
Thank you, sister. No, I have no reason. Cristoforo's keys. Apart from his room and car keys, there is also a strange hexagonal one. I've got nothing else to ask her.
Espérate, mira aún. Llave hexagonal. Pues no. María, parece que no sabe nada de eso. Se me olvidó preguntarle a la monja.
wouldn't know who to...
What?
I don't think the nun would allow me to take it. Judging by the way the sister... I don't think the sister would be happy if I stole such an artistic work. This is a portrait of Santa Brigida of Sweden, founder of the Order of the Holy Savior, of which this guest house is a part.
Estoy viendo suyo ya. Así que vamos a dejarlo aquí. Sí. Y poco más. Pues bueno, gente, nos vemos en el próximo episodio. Y espero que os guste la aventura gráfica. Un placer y hasta otra.